Next question is about ingredients and AREDS2. And you shared your thoughts on vision and this amazing combination leveraging the latest advancements in xanthophyll research with the AREDS2 formula and building on these decades of research related to the AREDS studies. So people are asking, how is vision different from AREDS2?
Well, if you look at the ingredients in the AREDS2 formula versus what's in this Vision formula, there are additional elements. So I think the most exciting thing for me was the additional mesozeaxanthine. And based on the study that we spoke about during the webinar, it wasn't until the addition of the third carotenoid that we saw the increased macular pigment in those retinas and a subsequent improvement in their visual function test that they were taking. So I thought that was very exciting. And if you think about it logically, that we do have the mesozeaxanthin in our bodies, but we don't get it from our dietary sources. The body has to convert lutein into mesozeaxanthin. So by supplementing directly with it, I think it makes sense that that would increase the pigment density in the retinas. Um, so the astaxanthin, I think, is also a really exciting component. We did look at a study. We didn't talk about it during the webinar, but it did increase blood flow in the back of the eye in the studies that were done on astaxanthin. And so having increased blood flow is really important because, especially if it's compromised, but the choroid, which is the blood source for the retina and the back of the eye, is actually the highest blood flow organ in your entire body by weight. So I think there was always an argument. Of course, the kidney doctors think that the nephron, the kidney, has the highest blood flow in the body, um, which it may have based on actual volume. The cardiologist will debate that as well, but in the heart, of course, lots of blood going through there. But I think by volume or by weight, the choroid actually has the highest blood flow in the body. And so the reason why it does is, our cells that we use to see with our photoreceptors and the support cells that they have in the back of the eye are very metabolically active. So every photon that we see results in a chemical reaction in these cells, and those chemicals need to be recycled and reprocessed, repackaged, moved around between one cell type and another site, and all that activity is very metabolically demanding. And so having a high blood flow helps with supplying oxygen and nutrients, taking away waste products and carbon dioxide, and also um, forming a heat exchange as well. So, we run liquid cooling for other things like a radiator in your car. This is kind of like increased blood flow also helps with temperature regulation in this highly metabolic organ and region of your body, even though it's very, very small.
That's fascinating. So if someone's looking to really like supercharge the benefits, as it seems some of our customers are, would there be any benefit in your opinion? I don't think there are any studies that have looked at this to combining vision with AREDS2, so sort of doubling up on your carotenoid.
I don't think doubling up is probably a good idea because I think you might be getting too much. I think you can get too much of a good thing, um, especially if you look at the vitamin C, for example, there's 500 milligrams in AREDS2, which is also, I think, the same dose that's in the Vision product. So taking 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C probably is not harmful. We know vitamin C is a water soluble vitamin, and anything that doesn't get absorbed by your body is then excreted in your urine without much problems. But taking a double dose of other elements could be potentially harmful. Zinc, for example. I think there are some governmental agencies which have recommended a maximum daily dose of 40 milligrams of zinc as the upper limit of what anyone would want to take in a given day. A more normal dose would be around 10 or 12 milligrams, but the recommended daily allowance, I think, from the U.S. FDA. So yeah, so I don't think you want to take both. And we didn't certainly see any benefit in the ARID study for any higher doses. So, taking twice as much as was in the original study, I don't think is warranted. Um, so if you're already taking AREDS2 and you want the additional benefit of the other components, then I would just take the other components with, the vision product and not take both AREDS2 and the vision at the same time.